Okay, so hi, I exist. So today we're going to be talking about the class specs. Yeah, the biggest thing in Homestuck. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about those things. I personally find myself to be a Doom player. My friend, a Void player, and my other friend, a Space player. I have a lot of friends who are Rage players also. I'm dying. So, let's first talk about the classes. Alright. I'm not prepared for this. Okay. Classes. We're good. Okay, so classes are technically they can be gendered aligned or they're gendered aligned. There are three male exclusive class, Bard, Prince, Lord, and female exclusive class Muse. 10 remaining classes, 5 are known to have been assigned to multiple genders: Knight, Rogue, Thief, Seer, Mage. Yes, I'm reading this from the fandom wiki, but I already knew this stuff. And then unconfirmed and gender exclusive, Air, Maid, Page, Sliff, and Witch. Yeah, I don't think it can be the Bard of Doom because it's a male exclusive class. Which probably explains the whole thing with Zebra. Yeah, nobody likes Zebra. Okay, so more about the classes. Classes are basically, they're not mostly like on your personality because that's an aspect, but they are pretty personality based, being that it depends on how you handle certain situations and how you handle your power with your class. Okay, so now the aspects. Yay! Fun, right? Fun. Alright, these are real fun. I like explaining these. Okay, so okay, about the aspects. Woot woot. So yeah, I'm technically reading out everything that's on the official website. So if you really don't want to read the official website, just watch this video. Okay. Time. Those bound to the aspect of time are fighters. Full stop. Their lives are often marked by struggle. Not so much because fate has it in time for them, but because they are fundamentally incapable of just accepting things. May or not be the wisest or safest choice. Don't try to tell a time bound to sit down and look pretty. They are very goal-focused and tend to value the destination over the journey, and won't find them making that journey in any traditional sort of way. To quote cheesy posters found on a many guidance counselor's wall, impossible is just a word. If you need a miracle, they are who you call. At their best, time-bound are empathetic and relentless problem solvers. At their worst, they are ruthless, defensive, and impulsive, technically saying that time-bound people are very just if you're on their bad side, they're very terrible people. So don't do that to a time player. Space. Those bound to the aspect space, not face. Okay, cool. Are, as the name suggests, concerned with the big picture. They are patient masters of the art of wait and see, and they are inclined to take things as they come. That isn't just to say that they are pushovers or willing to let injustice lie. They choose their battles wisely, understanding that sometimes you just have to let something burn into the ground in order to build it back better, stronger than before. To this effect, they tend to be innovators, concerned with creation and redemption. Ugh. And catch them recycling to make new, the fresh and the beautiful. For a space-bound journey is as if not more the important destination. How they do something is as important as what they do. At their best, they're steady, impartial, and creative. Impartial. At their worst, they can be detached, apathetic, and vague. Technically saying that space players, they tend to focus more on the journey than they do on like how well it comes out. So they would fail any class. They're just like, oh, I took time on it and I had fun while doing it. So doesn't that count? No. Okay, heart players. Those bound to the aspect of heart are very concerned with their favorite subject, themselves. Narcissist. Okay. Yes. It wouldn't have been a stretch to call them self-obsessed, but not necessarily in a negative way. They simply want to understand one thing we all stuck with for our entire lives, our own mind. Forging an identity is extremely important to the heartbound, and every decision action goes towards building that coherent narrative of their own story. That isn't to say heartbound don't care deeply for their friends and allies. They just have a tendency to assume that everyone is concerned with identity as they are. They are excellent at putting on and taking off masks as the situation calls for them. At their best, they are competent, imaginative, and steady. At their worst, they can be overbearing, inflexible, and cold. I'm sorry if I'm yelling. People are yelling at me, and I like yelling back. Cool. Okay, mind players. Those bound to the aspect of mind, or as you guessed, the universe's great thinkers. Don't for a second think that means they have all the answers. They are very concerned with the remaining rational, and they have such firm hold on the constant conjunction of their thinking that it is easy for them to see the multitudes of the choices laid out before them, which often leaves them frozen and unable to act. That said, when a mind-bound player finally launches into action, they can execute a plan with unbelievable grace and precision. Their identity is fluid and can change from day to day, from thought to thought, Okay, from interaction to interaction. Remaining logical is more important to them than building up a solid foundation of self. At their best, they are great innovators, architects, and creators. At their worst, they can be nasty, inflexible, and indecisive. Okay, cool. Hope players. Those bound to the aspect of hope are driven first and foremost by their convictions. They do right for right's sake and are quick to come to the aid of anyone they deem to be experiencing injustice. Okay, let me read this real quick and I'll just give you a summary. So technically, hope-bound players they're not always right, but they seem to be right, and they're not really good at saying different, and they seem like they're all sunshine and rainbows, but they're like really like they like a little destruction. They're a little bit destructive. Like a bar of hope would just be extremely destructive. Okay. Rage. Those bound to the aspect of rage are bringers of chaos. Ooh, fun. They possess great contempt for lies or false ideas. Oh, yay, my mate spirit is a rage player. Ha! Including the stability of false ideas can impart. To them, it's true. So technically, they're very full of emotions. They're foolish, and they can't really find themselves to think rationally. And they're pretty unpredictable. They're fearless, and they're pretty mean. Okay, light players. They're knowledge seekers. They're really smart. Yeah, that's why I'm not a light player. They're resourceful and driven. At their worst, they can be fussy. This is another reason why I'm not a light player and insensitive. Okay, no. Void players. Vote to that aspect. The void are the universe's secret keepers. Yeah, they don't care if anything is unknown. They don't care. They're like, oh, hey, cool. I don't know that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. So, yeah, they're at their best, they're bad, wise, and intuitive, and vibrant. At their worst, they can be dismissive, indecisive, and apathetic. Breath players. they're expansive, they're flexible, they're really outgoing, they're really easy-minded, and they have very low self-esteem though. They're motivated, adaptable, and forward-thinking, but they're a little bit gullible. Okay, blood players. They take their strength from bonds. They love to be with their friends. Their friends pretty much lead them through everything. If they didn't have friends, they would technically be like the loneliest things on the planet, and they wouldn't know what to do. They can be very do as I say, not as I do. Like, for example, yo, hey, stay off this cliff. Watch me jump off this cliff. Yeah, don't do that. At their best, they're charismatic, uplifting, and magnetic. Yeah. At their worst, they can be sullen, unkind, and set in their ways. Life players are the universe's healers. So they're concerned with the betterment of themselves and those around them. They really care about a bunch of people, and they don't like to be shunned aside. They don't like that. And they like to be caretakers, and they like to listen to people, and they like to be nurturing. At their worst, life found are passive and aggressive and pushy. Yeah. They're certain they know the best, but they're great listeners, caretakers, and nurturers. Oh, yay, me! Okay. Those bound to the aspect of doom are fate's chosen sufferers. It may not sound like an overly pleasant aspect, to be aligned with, but it does come along with some great wisdom and empathy. The doom-bound understand that misery loves company, and they are ready and willing to provide said company. Doom-bound won't fix you. They aren't healers, they're commiserators, aware that sometimes the only thing you can do to a person is let them know that they are not alone in their suffering. So technically, we're really empathetic. We like to be like, hey, you're not alone. I can help you. I can teach you. I can lead you through this. We can go through this together. We're really good together, and I believe in you. Oh, by the way, if you hear me pausing, it's because there are weird, very long spaces, and it's distracting me. Yeah. Be Gucci. I look very orange. Alright, so that was the end of the video. Yee. Yeah, I'm not going to do that as my outro. That was stupid. You know what? Heck it. I don't know what to do. Heck.